Hello, Dumela, Dumilani, Murse, and thank you to all of our valuable viewership for joining us again as we now step into episode 2 of Embracing Fatherhood. This, of course, is the show where we delve into the concept of being a father, the highs, the lows, and of course, the in-betweens. Now, if you ask any man who's a father what the scariest moment in their life was, they will probably tell you that it was the day they were told the pregnancy test came out positive. The expectation of things to come is mind-blowing in its own, but you shouldn't get it from me. Let's find out from the daddies.
I wasn't ready. Like, we were not ready. It just came out of the blue, but when she arrived, the blessings came. Yeah, I gotta tell you that.
It was crazy, as we didn't know that my wife was pregnant. She had one of these, I forgot, there's a medical term for it, where a woman's pregnant and she's unaware of it. So we found out when she was 4 months.
Tota la ntlha ke tla go itse gore ke expectile ngwana. Ne ke tshogile tota, ke itse gore tota be ke ya go le ene mme ne ke tshelang le ene. Ne re ipotsa gore tota be ra go ira yang. So until be re bolelela batsadi ba rona re ba bolelela gore kana go re expectile ngwana. Ke bone bana ba re kgothata tota. Ba re bolelela gore nya le expectile blessing. Ke gona be re simolano re mentality ano re ka go itshoma gore ne ke re e re ngwana go tla yana be re ntse re le sharp yana banna ba re bolelela gore nya mme ja ka ngwana tla yana batho modimo ana dirang sele so a bona ke gona be re simolano re nna le one mmatlano ya gore re mo emela re tle re mo amogele botsadi ba gagwe yana.
We met up. I remember I had a studio session to get to, and she's like, I need to see you. So I just thought it was one of those things where she wants to see me and tell me, don't be out late, come back to me. And then we sat in the car, as it was like one of those clandestine meets. I'm parked this side, she parked this side. I get into the car. So she, starts breathing heavy and starts to cry, and I'm wondering, what's wrong, And she pulls out a testing kit, and she's just holding it. So I'm just wondering, what is that? I can't make out what's going on. She's like, I'm pregnant. I paused for maybe a few seconds, and then I kind of chuckled. I kind of laughed, but it was out of happiness, and also it was a kind of, why are you being silly then? Why are you crying kind of response. I'm like, but that's okay. Why are you worried? Why aren't you happy? And it turns out she was worried about me and how I was gonna respond. So I think that really gave her a bit of solace that I responded in that way. I was happy.
Yeah, they say when you have a kid, the blessings come. And I think I'm a testament of that, because the time when I figured out that she was pregnant, I was still hustling, like literally. I didn't have a permanent job, PNP, permanent and pensionable. Didn't have that, so I was just really in these streets hustling. And then when she came, like probably 2 weeks after she was born, I got a job. Best year of my life, because I had my daughter in that year, and then I got a job in that year, and then I went on to win awards in that same year. I think that's where, when she came into my life, she made me, how can I put it, just realign myself to prioritizing what I need to involve myself in. It was no more just going to the studio to record with guys and just hang around and whatnot. It was like, yo, are you setting up this to get paid, or are you just passing time? So getting the job made that even more cemented. Or okay, 8 to 5, sharp, and then side hustle things add more into giving her the life that I want her to have.
You know, all of this just happened. I'm told, dude, Ghana, we're pregnant. And I'm like, what? I can't take care of myself, dude. Like, how, what? No, stop. Can we not do that? Because right now, I was an intern at a radio station, right? I'm not earning anything. And it happened that now I have my first child, or I'm about to have my first child. I don't know what pregnancy is, but I've had the conversation before with my dad to say, okay, I saw when my sister was being born, I saw the way you were taking care of my mom. Whew, but dude, like, I'm scared right now. I don't know what to do. And he's like, hey, remember what I said to you? Take a walk, come back, and think about it. If you write something down, if it doesn't make sense to you, take a walk, take a breath, go back to it and check it out. And I said, okay, so here's a child coming, right? What do I do? Let me think. I gotta work. So it was a very scary moment, but exciting at the same time, because when this child now was born, I was there. I even suited up for the delivery. You know, unfortunately, I did not get into the delivery room because I don't, no, hell no, I don't do that. But when the doctors handed me this child and said, this is you, I looked at the child, and this child looked back at me, and I was like, wow, there's a bright future here for this beautiful child and for me. Little did I know, I'll have 3 more.
Reverting back to a point made earlier in the episode, culture is a significant contributor to gender roles and how they're perceived. Let's find out from our daddies how culture has impacted their lives as fathers.
When I'm raising my son, it's a lot of hugs, it's a lot of kisses. I call him bra. You know, he calls me dude. You know, and I'm really trying to be his friend as much as I'm trying to be his dad.
We are a fun bunch, right? That's the atmosphere. We're fun. We enjoy each other's company. There's always an episode. We've got these things called movie nights, where we all sit together and we're like, you pick a movie, okay? And I'm like, man, why pick that movie? All right, fine, let's just watch it. You know, so we're really, really quite the fun, quite the inclusive. We talk a lot, we discuss, we make plans together. And that's why I bring them along to wherever I go.
Culture and religion do have an impact in how fathers or just parents play out their roles. Because remember, culture is a way of life. It's actually how we do life almost on a daily basis. So our beliefs will definitely impact almost everything that we do on a daily basis. So if I believe that I have to do house chores as a father, and I have to help the mother carry out those house chores, you know, we have to do things together, then definitely my children are going to do it. But if my culture is against a man doing household chores, then definitely that's how my parenting is going to be aligned.
My wife and I have an understanding as to how we are parenting. You know, she comes from a family background, construct or structure of having a mom and a dad. So, you know, we try our level best. We balance out as best as possible. Love is everything. We raise them according to the counsel that we receive from our belief. You know, as I said, we are Christian.
Bible yare kita bua halaka Bible ha wana sa person ka bua ka so yare mosadi o tota yare mosadi o sukulogileng kana yo na le tshiamo ha kopana le monna o sa siama mosadi o siamisa monna. So the men become righteous because of the salvation e mosadi ana le yo. Ha monna a le righteous o born again a itse modimo a ba kopana le monna yo sa itseng modimo mosadi o siamisa monna. Then Bible e bere bobedi bo siamisa bana ba ta ba godisetsa mo tshiamong. Yana go thabisa dithong ha ile gore monna ga ana tumelo epe ya ikaegileng ka yone bogolwa thata mo go itseng modimo. Mosadi ga ana tumelo epe ya ikaegileng ka yone bogolwa thata mo go itseng modimo. Ha bana ba bone ba gola ga ba godiswe ke bone ba godiswa ke ditsala tsa bone le ba hipi ka tsela.
That one would be like Cabo, wa bona. So tota re tsena sentle mo go maso ka gore ke ne ngwana me wa ntla ke ne ngwana me le gore ne ke tshela le ene thata wa bona. Even ko jarateng ke nna le ene everyday wa bona. So ke motho e leng gore tota a re ditšhomi tota re di tsela tota tse di tona wa bona.
You know, if my child's is feeling some type of way, well, holler at me, Daddy. I don't think you're talking to me nicely the other day because you did this and whatnot. And I'm a hard dad, right? I'm a hard dad in that they get whatever they want, but there's a certain level to how far it goes. There's a threshold. When you cross that, now we gotta holler. And the conversations now move from fun to serious. And then from there, as soon as we're done, we high-five it out, we hug it out if it was a situation. And then from there, it's back to fun. So my atmosphere at the house, we are fun.
Society, religion, gender roles, culture, these all inform what is expected of a man in the position of a father. But how do we define the role of a father from a psychological level?
A father has a lot of responsibilities. Amongst them, we have a father being a provider, and it doesn't necessarily have to be financially. You can be a provider in terms of you provide comfort to your children, you provide emotional support to your children, you provide even time, just being around with your kids. That's your way of providing, because it enhances their development as children who are growing with the presence of their father. So another role of being a father is a father gets to be a role model to his children. This is to say he guides his children and the kids look up to him. Whatever you do, whether it's bad or good, your children will definitely they will copy that. Yes, once they grow up, they're able to differentiate between good and bad. But whatever example you set from a young age, something will stick to their heads. And they'll definitely do it because my dad did it anyways. So you have to be a role model as a dad. And then another role is you are a protector as a father. You get to protect your family, not only your kids. Your kids will run to in a family setup, the children will always run to their dad if something is wrong outside. Maybe a dog is barking at you, or you've been bullied at school, or any kind of discomfort that you may find. The first person you think of in terms of masculinity will be your dad. So a father has this role of being a provider.
The foundation is what was instilled into me, right? I know that I have to have some level of responsibility and accountability to my family. And I have to offer support to my family. You know, as a man, especially in this day and age, you might not be the primary provider of your family, but you still have to show up and you still have to carry the weight of being the head of the family. Today, it means something completely different than what it meant 30 years ago. So having that knowledge helped me establish a foundation as to how I want my family to be set up. And it helped me make decisions, because as a man, you still have to make decisions. We are wired to literally be the one to be logical.
A common complaint by many young men today is that fatherhood has been discontorted and misappropriated by society. Is that the case? What are your own opinions about it? Let's find out from our experts and fathers what they have to say on that.
When we see fathers, we see them as our heroes. We see them as these masculine people who kind of don't have emotions. It's like the society does not view fathers as, human beings who are also learning and, trying to live this life with no manual. So the support is not really that much, because we still have in our minds the idea that a man does not cry. A man should always be having money, should always be the one providing and doing everything. It's like the way we see them, we don't view them as people who would have emotions, because I mean, we know that if a man or a father has emotional issues or emotional challenges or mental issues, they hardly ever seek help because they are afraid of the stigma in the society or at whatever organization they may go. So you find that if they don't speak out naturally and that the society does not create a platform for them to be able to speak out when they finally get the courage, those are the things that we need to work on as a society.
I'm seeing fathers at my kids' school a lot, so I'm seeing a presence. As to how they're raising their kids, I'm not sure, but there needs to be a concerted effort from every father to just try and raise their kids, whether boys or little girls, just accordingly, in love, and just teaching them the proper life lessons that they need to carry into their own futures.
The modern fathers are trying, and I don't see them differentiating between a boy child and a girl child in how they're raising them. If it's in one household and we have two kids of opposite sexes, I believe fathers or just parents, they don't have that mentality nowadays of I'm going to raise this child this way, I'm going to raise this child this way.
Every man takes pride. Every man everywhere. Even God, when Jesus Christ was baptized, he said, "That is my son, with whom I'm well pleased." Every man takes pride. My first daughter, as an I was told, it's a 5 weeks. Because I was taking all the pride, I was showing the world that I have got a daughter. We take pride in that.
It's more like, oh, daddy is the one who mommy calls when I misbehave. But mommy can buy me a toy and daddy can give me food. So we're redefining what it means to be a parent. But we're also keeping the foundation of this is what the father does and this is what the mother does. But I wouldn't have been able to learn that if I wasn't in a culture like Botswana where everything is almost up in the air, So I'm thankful for that.
It's not about material things. Kana sepelwa. Ngwana ke motho no go dumela mona ko ana le rrago hela. La ka re ona le madi a stoksitse on pulela o mara stoksitse kana ko na leni. Bana go twa le rena ba rata go rra bone tota thata go feta mongwe le mongwe wa bona. Mara re le borra re le banna le re tlhokomelo ga yona kganya gore ngwana wa me ka weekend ntse re tsaka ngwana ke bona wa ka ntse majito wa bona. Mara ngwana ba se bese sentse ngwana ba tala le thuwa wa sa ga go hela gore ona le enelo kgantele bo molela nana I'm going to see you tomorrow ngwana ba se bese sentse bra ya kwa bona o batla le simple le sisanyanela o hiditsele.
We see most fathers, young fathers, modern fathers nowadays, they've made it a challenge, to actually be a part of their children's lives. We see them posting pictures, going out, vacations, going to clinics, they're really trying, I must say. And I think also during maybe when we have counseling sessions and when we get to interact with men, we realize that nowadays they are really trying their level best. Yes, there's here and there where it lacks for obvious reasons, like we have childhood traumas, we have financial difficulties, and all those challenges that they might face. But in the current or the modern world, I feel like fathers are really trying their level best. They embrace their fatherhood despite the challenges that they face.
Just being present, I think, is important. You might not be able to provide financially and all these other things, but if you're at least present to, comfort her when she's scared, when she gets hurt, or just something other than the financial aspect of being a father, provider, be at least the protector. You know what I'm saying? Teach them, if it's a boy or girl, teach them how to, it's not just you providing, it's you teaching them how to persevere in life, how to, plan, organize, which is what, when she came, made me into more of the man that I am now. Because I don't take things for my time now, I have to make sure I get home. I have to make sure I get like a lawful, I invest in things that contribute to our well-being.
Any man can father, but it takes a real man to be a dad. And the best way to do it is to be there. Listen to them. It's nice for them, it's nice for you to hear them say, I love you, Dad, because you are always there for me. Be present. Yeah.
And of course, those last few sentiments bring us to the close of our episode. We thank you all for joining us here today, but be sure to join us again next time as we are embracing fatherhood.